Hello, I'm Dustin. You know, it wasn't that long ago I got a Facebook post from a friend of mine. It said, "All men are assholes." Not long after, she received a bunch of comments from a bunch of her girlfriends, and they all agreed with her. I'm here to tell you that not all men are assholes. Rather, if I had to guess, I'd say 75% of them act like assholes. Well, out of that 75% of men who are assholes, I'd say about 75% of that fake it. The other 25% really are assholes. But those are the physical ones that physically beat their girlfriends. I mean, they beat the crap out of the girl, and she still refuses to leave him. But I'll get into that another time. But it does bring me to my point. As I've said earlier, 75% of men who are assholes fake it. Why? Because they have to. Somehow, a majority of the women, men are forced to act like an asshole just to get the girl they want. The thing is, once men have achieved the whole friend status, they're no longer eligible to go out. I mean, even after they become friends and they're hanging out with the girl, they go to bars, they go to movie nights, but they're still interested in trying to date that girl. And so, they're hanging out as friends. Any guy who's done that will get one or all of the following. I don't want to ruin the relationship that we have. I like being friends with you. Or, I wouldn't go out with you. You're my best friend. Or, I look at you like a brother. And that's gotta be the worst line right there. Oof, to the pride. And you know she doesn't fuck her brother. Thus, this is why men, as a group, have started this thing they call the game. Whenever guys are talking about picking up a girl, what's your game plan? The game is to obviously avoid being friends with that girl. And now let me explain. Because once you're a friend, you lose the game. But because you're still a stranger and not her friend, you're fair game as far as she's concerned. But she doesn't know that yet. Let's try a bar situation. Starting off, unless you've started hitting on her seductively and immediately, and she goes for it and starts hitting on you back, she's not interested in you. But guys try to be an asshole without being offensive directly to the lady, but still a little slightly to the point where the girl would never think to be friends with a guy like that. I mean, she might say something like, "He was rude and offensive to my very best friend in the world. The guy sitting next to me, I know he likes me more than a friend, but I only look at him as a brother." So even though they're not friends, she may still consider him to be a good-looking guy, assuming he's a good-looking guy. At this point, she's probably thinking to herself, he's a good-looking guy, it's just his attitude sucks. But you don't want to be ignored by her either. So step one, you gotta avoid being friends. That's already completed, obviously, if you've been mean to her brotherly best friend. Step two, you want to still mingle with her. Because if she truly believes that she's the nice girl she claims to be, she'll mingle in return, regardless. Even if she gives you, like, a rude comment because, you were mean to her friend. Well, you gotta give her that. But if she starts giving you the cold shoulder, like she starts ignoring you, that's where you gotta ask her in a calm voice if you could talk to her privately for a second. Most likely she'll expect a lame pickup line from you, because, you're already considered an asshole by now. But, being the nice girl she is, she'll take you aside and listen to what you have to say. Most likely, there'll be a sneer on her face and her arms will be folded. But instead, you tell her that you only said that about her friend because you thought they were together and that you were jealous, and, so you apologize sincerely. Bam! Now she knows you're interested. She thinks you're sorry about the comment you made to her best friend, and you've avoided being friends with her. You then take this moment to go to her guy friend, and you apologize with the soft voice, that one voice that you'd never hear a guy use to another guy, unless he was a preacher. Her friend, however, he accepts the apology. Why? Because he's trying to impress the girl he's been trying to go out with for the last 6 months. He didn't want to look like an ass to her. So after apologizing to him, you smile and sigh in relief that he accepted your apology. So after shaking his hand, he will too try to force a smile. So you both are sort of making up with each other. And, this will impress the girl, but not to the guy who's been trying to go out with her for the past 6 months. Bam! Peace has been made. You return to the girl. You maybe apologize one more time, try to make it sound a little sincere. I really am sorry. And then, you know what? You try to be a nice guy about it. You know what? Let me make it up to you. So you ask her if you can make it up to her by taking her somewhere fancy for dinner. Your treat. Just to make this whole thing blow over. Chances are she'll smile and let you take her to dinner. The end. So was he a real asshole or was he fake? Chances are right now you ladies are probably thinking, well, if he really went through all that just to get a stupid date, yeah, he's an asshole. Well, let me remind you, that best friend of hers that she considered her brother tried the nice technique. And now he's stuck making out the guy that you just took to dinner to be a sensitive and caring guy. In conclusions, I'll answer a few questions that you might have. Yes, guys and girls can just be friends. That was just a random scenario. And that scenario has happened. But it is very possible for guys and girls to just be friends with no thoughts of dating from either side. No, this doesn't pertain to all people. I'm just saying I've seen this situation happen many times over. Yes, there will be a part 2, because I'm not done with this story. Because there are things that can happen after your date with that asshole. But I want you to think about something too. Think of every nice man that you've ever known. And he was single, and he was lonely, and he couldn't find a girlfriend. What does he say? They always say the same thing. All the women who deserve a nice guy end up going out with all the assholes. And so you feel sorry for him, but chances are you already have a boyfriend. And even if you didn't have a boyfriend, that guy wasn't for you, you know, because you're too good of friends. Right? So I do have a question for you, though. So that situation that I explained about the bar, did it look familiar to you at all? Guys or girls, I want to hear either answer. There are some ladies that are so far in the dark about this that they still don't know that they've been in this situation, and they're probably going out with the guy right now. That's it.